Well, good afternoon, folks. And as you can see, we're going to get some showers. Look at outside. Oh boy, look at outside. Look at the clouds. And guess what? I did my deed for the day. It's this gentleman that lives on my floor. He's in his 80s. He's a veteran, an Army veteran. And I haven't seen him in a while, but I be back and forth and stuff. So I just asked one of my neighbors, the Marine veteran, if he saw him. So he told me that the man moved. Anyway, the other day, I saw a young man coming out of his apartment, leaving. So I said, well, maybe somebody moved in and he moved out. Not knowing that this gentleman was in the hospital. He came a little while ago and he knocked on my door. So I said, who is it? And then I opened and it was him, and he looked so frail. He told me he just came out the hospital. He had heart surgery and something else he had done. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. How are you feeling and stuff like that? So, he said, thank God that he's still alive, and he's feeling a little better. Then he asked me, you heard what I said? He asked me, can you come over and do a little cleaning up for me, please? So, I looked at him kind of strange, and then I said, okay. So he said, how much I would charge. So I was like looking at him all crazy and stuff. And then I said, $40. So his son came up here because he was getting out the hospital. So his son lives in Georgia. So his son is also a veteran and he's a nurse. I just met him. So, he came up here to bring him home and stuff like that. But he's on his way getting ready to go back to Georgia right now. He works at the VA. Anyway, they were going out to the store. So he told me he would leave the door open and I can go in. So, I kind of looked at him like, sir, are you crazy or whatever? I didn't say that to him. That's the way I looked. So then, I decided to go knock on his door and I told him, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I do not want to enter anybody's home and they're not there. I said, the cameras are on us and the manager might see me going in there and, I don't want to get into any kind of trouble. So when you get back, you can call me and I wouldn't mind coming over to help you straighten up your place. So that's exactly what happened. So I just came back, into my house. He needed his refrigerator cleaned out, so I did that. And sweep and mop the kitchen floor. I cleaned the microwave oven. It wasn't that dirty. And he wanted his bathroom cleaned out. So I did all of that, and he said he'll take care of the rest. I swept and I mopped the kitchen floor and stuff like that. And, he's going to put his little groceries away. His son is getting ready to leave right now. So his son, he asked me, can I keep an eye on him and stuff like that? So he was like, do I mind if he give me his number? I was like, no, you can give it to me. I'm back and forth. So we traded numbers. I also have the gentleman number too, and he has mine. His son has mine. So, he just wants me to keep an eye on him in case something happens, and he's so far away. So, I didn't mind doing that. And, he even gave me a tip. I was refusing it, but he gave me a tip. So, he was very grateful, and I was grateful to be able to help him out. And yeah, that was my good deed for the day. So, people, people, try to lend a helping hand if you can. Don't turn your nose up at people because you just never know. You could be in the same situation one day, or a family member or something. So just be kind to people. Be kind to your elders, especially. So on that note, I'm gonna end my video right now and get back to watching the tube. Peace out.